look, I know I'm young, but like I'm here to do whatever and here to help the team. I want to grow here and I want to develop with Gotham. Like they did a very good job at like being invested in me and my development. So I'm very grateful.
We talking how to solve 'em. We might laugh, we might learn, we might be your game's missing piece.
This episode is brought to you by Ida Sports. If you played soccer, you know the struggle of wearing cleats that aren't actually designed for women's feet. That's exactly why Ida exists. They make soccer boots specifically built for female athletes, focusing on fit, comfort, and performance. We've been testing them out and they're seriously game-changing. Ida also just launched new turf and youth options, so even more players can get the right fit. You can check them out at idasports.com. Hey guys, this week on the pod, we've got the youngest player in NWSL history, Gotham forward Mac Whitham. She's 15 now, but Mac made her debut for Gotham last March at just 14 years old. I could barely tie my shoes at 14, and Mac is playing on a professional soccer team. I talked to Mac about how she balances a professional career with being a kid, bonding with her teammates, and why this path is the best for her. Check it out. All right, so Mac, you said you had off today, but is that off like a true off day from soccer in school, or is that just soccer?
What day is it? Yeah, so I have school actually, but no, it's off day from soccer.
Nice. So what is your school schedule now?
Well, I am a junior actually. I was able to kind of get all my schoolwork done. I'm supposed to be a sophomore, but no, I was able to kind of get all my sophomore homework finished pretty early because I'm trying to graduate early. But yeah, I'm a junior and I actually did give myself spring break to just hang out with my sister.
I'd love to circle like back from the start and find out like what made you fall in love with soccer in the first place.
So I started playing soccer when I was 4. I never really knew what if I was in love with it at that pretty young age. But my parents would always tell me like, yeah, like you'd always like ask to go back to the soccer camps because my parents put me in a soccer camp like for the very first time I played. So I was like, oh, cool, that's interesting. But, I feel like as I've gotten older, like, I've, like, really, like, gotten into it and, like, I've loved it. And I still love it. So I just feel like I'm very passionate about it, like, very, very passionate about it. And, also, like, I'm kind of just like, what's not to love about the game? Like, it's so fun. It's exciting. It's like, entertainment. And, like, for me, it's just, like, what makes me love it is, like, the challenges. And, like, when I'm, like, not good at something, like, let's say a skill, like, I'm like, no, I'm gonna, like, get it down. And, that's what makes me love it. Like, just not being good at something and working really hard to, like, get good at it. And it just motivates me.
That's amazing. Like, yeah, some people I feel like would get frustrated when they're not good at something, but it's something that you enjoy to, like, master and conquer. Which
It's like the
pretty cool.
process is just, like, it's just so fun. And, just seeing myself, like, work hard. Like, I know it's just so, like, it's such a cliche, like, yeah, work very hard, but no, like, that's the fun part, though.
Yeah. If
Yeah.
you're not having fun doing it, then what's the point, right?
It,
Is there anyone specific that you watched growing up that you like was a role model to you in soccer or in any sport?
yeah, well, I actually have a few, but I think the first person I looked up to that played the sport was Messi. He's just Messi, he's so cool and he's one of the GOATs, but also I looked up to like Mia Hamm, Kristen Press, Sonnet, Rose Lavelle, and like what's also pretty cool is, I get to play with a few of those people that I listed, so it was really exciting the first time I, got to meet, Sonnet, Lavelle, and, also Esther Gonzalez, like she's one of the best 9, so getting to be in the same atmosphere as them is pretty cool, like just to learn and take in information.
Yeah, I just saw a clip of I think it was Kennedy Fuller was like meeting Marta. Did you see that?
Yeah.
I feel like that's like there's so many probably pinch me moments
Yeah.
when you're paying
Yeah.
with like your role model. So and you
Yeah.
just named a few on Gotham, which is so cool. Is
Yeah,
there like a specific pinch me moment that you've had so far since going pro?
I would say winning the championship.
Yeah, that's a good pinch me moment for sure. So you literally signed when you were 13. It was the day before you turned 14. Is that right?
Hmm. Yeah.
What was that like? Like, when did you first think about going pro? Can you talk me through that journey a little bit? Because I feel like a lot of our listeners are probably maybe not all of them, but a lot of them are interested in playing at the next level. And you have such a unique story of when you started playing professionally. So can you tell us about that?
Well, my coach took me out of ECNL. He was like, you kind of need to get out of ECNL and start looking to, get in a higher environment and a more harder one. So I was like, okay. And, I was actually training with the LAFC boys, the MLS Next boys. And I was with them for a bit. And then, I actually got a call from Washington Spirit to go into their preseason and train with them.
So were you 12 at this, or how old were you at this
I
point?
was 13. I was 13.
Okay.
So I was like, okay, I was actually with them for a bit. And then I got an email saying we want you to come into the Gotham preseason environment and just, train with us. And I was like, okay. And I was actually really nervous because they just won a championship. And I think that was 2023. So then this is them coming back. And I'm just as and they have so many I don't know, they have so many high level players. I go into the preseason and I'm training with them, and then I do pretty good.
How long were you training with them at this
I
point?
think it was for 2 weeks at IMG. And so I was like, okay. And then they asked me to go to Columbia with them. I'm like, okay. I forget which tournament it was. I don't know the name, but it was a big tournament. So I'm like, okay. And I go to Columbia with them. And I then score a goal to help them get into the finals. Yeah.
That's amazing.
I was like,
Was that
oh,
your first game? Your first game with them was when you scored?
yeah. It was a
Wow.
preseason game. I was like, oh, I scored. I was like, okay. And so then we're like, okay. So then they asked me to come back to New Jersey with them in March, I believe. I think that's March. So I'm with them. I'm with them for a few weeks, and then I'm going back to California actually, just to see my family and get back into training.
Yeah, is your parents with you during this?
My dad was traveling with me, but just to kind of get back
Yeah.
to because they're like, we don't want you gone and away from your family for too long.
Right.
So I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
So then I'm back at home trying to see what's going on, and then they asked me to come back to New Jersey, and so I'm kind of going back and forth with them, just as a trialist, just with them. And then they're getting interested, and they just start asking hey, how'd you feel, playing here at Gotham, professionally? I'm like, oh yeah, that would be pretty cool. So yeah, so then they say, well, we would like you to sign a contract with us. I was like, oh my gosh, that's just, I'm like, wait, what? But no, it was so cool, and I was just so excited too, and it was just, not something that I always dreamed of, I just never really knew. But then I'm as I the past year and when I was with them, I just was this was something that would be so cool, and I was I want to do this, and I believe that I'm good enough to be in this environment. And I worked really hard, and I was I know I can be here and hanging with the girls. And it was a bit difficult. I didn't really know how it was going to be, but I just knew that if I worked really hard and still took in information and tried to, I don't know, it was just so cool. So just to get that contract was,
That's incredible. That's unbelievable. That's a lot of pressure and challenge for anyone, no matter what age you are. So the fact that you did that at 13 is just so amazing, and you should be so proud of yourself. What do you think has been the hardest part of being at this level so far? Is it missing school, or missing your family and friends, or is it the actual soccer? Is there something that has been challenging to you?
I would say it was hard at the beginning, because you never really know what you're expecting. But I think with Gotham, they did a very good job at being invested in me and my development and my growth. And that's something that I wanted to make sure was clear at the beginning. Look, I know I'm young, but I'm here to do whatever, and I'm here to help the team. I want to grow here, and I want to develop and get better. And so I think that they did a very good job at doing that, and they're still doing a good job at doing that. So I'm very grateful.
Yeah, totally. And with balancing school and everything like that, like you said you sort of make your own schedule. Is that something that like right off the bat was easy to figure out, or is that something that over time you adjusted? How did you handle that?
When COVID hit, I was in fourth grade, and it was kind of like in the middle of fourth grade, and we all had to go, we all had to go to online school. So like, you can imagine, young kids not really like taking it serious. So I just remember like me and my friends like playing video games when we were supposed to be doing online school, and like I was watching YouTube videos, and you know maybe my mom caught me a few times, but then I was like, okay, I'm sorry mom, I promise I'll do better. So I was like, I got into it, and then I took it serious, and I was like 10 at the time, so like it's okay, kids can do that. But it was a bit of a struggle, and then I feel like I then got the hang of it, and doing online school actually helped me a lot, like learn how to balance and learn how to make schedules. Like it helped a lot.
Yeah, I feel like that's something that most of us learn like later in high school or college. So that's incredible that you learned that scheduling and that time and balance and everything. So it's really a testament to you. I would love to know, what is the most fun part of your career so far, of your pro career?
All the jokes and like the laughs I have with the team. There's a bunch of like funny people on the team, so it's just like being surrounded with them. It's always a joy.
Who makes you laugh the hardest?
Ryan Campbell,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. So
She's funny.
she's really funny. It's just like her type of humor is so funny.
Mm-hmm. Totally. You've already reached I feel like so many goals that people want to achieve like for their career. You've already won a championship. You're already playing on one of the best teams in the league. So how do you keep yourself motivated? Like, do you set goals for yourself through the season, or do you have just like career goals that you want to hit? What does that look like to you personally?
Yeah, I have a bunch of small goals. Every day I want to, keep growing, get better. And then, I have the big goals. I want to win an Olympics. I want to get on the senior women's national team. I want to, win a World Cup. And I know I had an interview a long time ago, and the big goals was like win a national championship with my club team, and like now I'm like I was about to say it, I'm like, wait, I actually just did. It's pretty cool. But it's yes, we did win the championship, but I'm also like, okay, let's achieve something big, and let's do another thing. And yeah, I'm always like though looking at the small goals first, because I feel like that's what helps me get to the big goals.
Yeah, absolutely. How do you make sure you're still like you're a teenager, but how do you still make sure like you're a kid and you still have like a childhood and everything while balancing being a pro? Is there things that like you want to make sure that you're still doing while you're in season, or do you keep it for off season? Or do you like FaceTime your friends, or is there anything that you feel like still like keeps you having that childhood?
Like, yes, I am very like serious about my sport, but I feel like as a person, like I'm also like just goofy and like at home, like with my sister, and I have a dog, so like I like to play with him, and just hang out with my dad and my mom, and I like to do a lot of stuff outside, and hang out with friends. And also I go to like the youth national team camps as well, and those are also really fun. Like I just went to the Costa Rica one last month, and it was just so fun, like hanging around with them and being around like sure like girls my own age. So
do you feel like you get nerves in those situations anymore, or do you feel like that's not part of like your game anymore because you've hit such a high level? Like, do you still get game day nerves or anything?
definitely, like it's
Yeah.
I think like when you do have nerves, like I remember at a pretty young age people would be like, when you're nervous, that means you care.
Hmm.
But like I feel like I handle it very well.
Hmm. Yeah, you could still have the nerves, like those
Yeah.
butterflies, but not let it consume you or control your
But
game.
it also makes it fun too, like when you have the pressure, and what do you do with it, and like how do you handle yourself under the pressure? So
Totally. Yeah. So your first game when you got subbed on, what was that moment like?
I was just so excited. and like my dad was in the stands, so like, and I could see him, so he just was like giving me a thumbs up from the stands, and I was like, thanks, Dad. And no, it was just so fun, and just to step on the field, like it was like a dream come true, and I just was so excited.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
I'd love to know in games if you make a mistake or something, is there anything like how do you bounce back fast? Or like how do you improve something that you might be struggling with? What are your tactics for that?
I've been with a mental performance coach, and we work a lot on like how do you handle situations like that, like how do you handle mistakes, and we talk a lot about like control the controllables, and self-talk and meditation and visualization, like all that type of stuff. So I've been working on that with him for like 2 years, so I feel like it's been really helpful actually.
That's
And
awesome.
like, he just is always like, look, no one's perfect, like sure we can be working on this, and you can be like, these techniques are working, like everything's working, and then you're like, shoot, like I'm back to thinking that way, like it's okay, like as long as you know and you are aware of it, that's the most important thing. And I work really hard on it, and we just always talk about those things.
You sound so wise beyond your years. It's
Thanks.
really impressive
I try. It's no, it's been very helpful though.
to have that support for sure. Yeah. I would love to know. So by going pro, you're not going to obviously play high school soccer or college soccer. Do you feel like you're missing out on those experiences, or are you happy with this path?
No, I'm pretty happy with it.
Yeah.
I mean, everyone has their own journey and has their own path, but I feel like this was something that I wanted to do, and I just wasn't really interested in the college thing and the high school.
So you're not getting the FOMO. You're like, this is what I want to achieve. Like I'm here where I want to be. Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. I think we're gonna go into some fun rapid fire. These are all like we call it rapid fire, but like you can take your time.
Okay.
They're all easy,
Okay.
fun questions. Well, before I do though, I'd love to know, is there anything that you want our listeners to know about you or any advice for our listeners?
I think for advice, I do love that people go like, "Oh, I wish to be like you," and it's so cool and stuff. But I'm also like, sometimes like your time hasn't come yet, but it will. Like I just said, your path and like your journey is so different than everyone else. Like, just do what you want to do, and do it with 100% of love and passion and joy. So just do your own thing and don't worry about what other people are doing.
It's so hard to like sometimes get out of that comparing mode, and especially for athletes. So that's just such good advice because everyone's path is going to be different. And what's so cool about our podcast is like all the pros we interview, everyone's journey is so different. Like whether you do skip high school and college, or whether maybe you didn't play on a club team, like it's really cool to see all the different journeys and paths that like all the players have gone. So great advice. All right, we're gonna jump some rapid fire to finish off. What's your go-to pregame snack?
It's the chomp turkey sticks or the beef sticks.
Those are so good. Do you get them
They're
at
so good.
Costco? I love those.
I think we get them at Stop and Shop.
Yeah, those are awesome. I have like a hard time not eating like multiple at a time.
Yeah, yeah. I
What's
also
your
got
fa-
into the waffle. Do you know those like the waffles like energy things? I don't know.
Oh,
They're so good. Like we have them
ooh,
in the locker room at Gotham. I think people will know what I'm talking about. But
yeah. Oh,
there's
I
like
gotta look into that.
cinnamon, cookies and cream flavor. I like eat those at the halftime talk. So
That's awesome. Well, you got to get sponsored if you're not already by them. That sounds like a nice sponsorship. You guys
yeah,
are listening.
yeah.
What's your favorite post-game meal, like after a big win?
My mom's tacos.
Nice.
Homemade tacos.
What are your favorite boots to wear?
Okay, so they're the Phantom GX2 mint ones.
Very specific.
Yeah.
Nice.
I had to do my research because I was like, wait,
What is your favorite hype song right now?
I think it's the Rihanna song "Don't Stop the Music."
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, I'm a big Rihanna fan. So.
Yeah, I love Rihanna. What would be your dream stadium to play in? Or maybe you already have played in it.
I did get to go to the Emirates Stadium, actually.
Very
So
cool.
I was gonna say that, but I'm like, oh wait, we already went there.
Yeah.
So I have to think
Check
of
it
a
off the
new
list.
dream stadium.
There you
I
go.
think the Real Madrid one actually is probably my next one that I want to
That
go
would be
see.
really cool.
Yeah.
Who's one player you'd love to play with?
I would say Marta.
What do you like more, TikTok or Instagram?
Instagram.
Nice.
Yeah.
What's one word to describe your game?
Attacking.
All right, and the last one, what's your biggest soccer girl prob?
I would say it's the socks over the knees. No,
Yeah.
sorry, not over the knees. It's when it's underneath the knee.
Like
Not
super, like mid calf, like shin guard out.
No, it's just straight under the knee, like
Oh,
straight
okay,
through.
like
Like
just
either
the
go
knee is exposed.
over or go low.
Go low. So you don't
Just
like the standard. It's like choose a
Yeah.
side.
Yeah. It
Nice,
used
I
to
like
be
that.
over the knee, but now I've kind of gotten into it. I think
Okay.
it's
Oh,
like go over or low.
do you go over or do you go low?
Low.
Nice. All right, cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, Mac, thank you so much for coming on. It's so awesome to like just see your journey so far and get to know you a little more. And we're really excited to watch your career because we know you're going to do big things.
Yeah. Well, thank you for having me.
That conversation was so great. There's always so much talk, and everyone has so many opinions about how early is too early for players to go pro. But it really seems like Mac fits this journey and her goals. And instead of trying to compare herself to others, she's just focused on her own path, which is the most important part.
Okay, that's it for today. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, follow, and all those things. Let us know who you want to hear from next. Later.
Soccer girls, you know we got some problems. So tune in, know where we talking how to solve them. We might laugh, we might learn, we might be your game specific.